Tax lien investing, pros and cons. Tax liens offer a unique opportunity to make big money. There are big benefits, but there are some cons. You need to know what they are. We're going to cover them here. If you're tired of the traditional investments that offer you mediocre returns, then tax liens might be the opportunity for you. There are big opportunities to make big money, but you need to know what to watch out for. Like anything out there, if it's too good to be true, it probably is just a little known government program. And that's what this is. This is a little known government program that very few people understand how the big investors have been taking advantage of this for years. I'm going to show you how to play with the big boys. Okay, let's start off with this. What is a tax lien certificate? Quite simply, a tax lien certificate is a first position lien on a property due to delinquent property taxes. See, in over 2,000 taxing jurisdictions across the United States, once a person becomes 1 year delinquent on their property taxes, the county government is allowed to hold the sale. Well, let's stop. Do people fail to pay their property taxes off? Happens all the time. Does the county need this money? Of course they do. You got roads, bridges, fire department, schools, number one, libraries, bridges, the whole 9 yards. They need this money. Say, look, if you're not willing to pay this within the 1 year, we can offer these up for sale. Now, you are not buying somebody's house. Let me repeat that. You're not buying somebody's house. In fact, the county will do about 90% of the work for you. In return for putting up this money, they're going to offer you what is called a tax lien certificate. That is going to bear an interest rate on it. You might want to write this down. That interest rate can be 16%, 18%, even as high as 25% return on your money with virtually no risk, because at all times your money is backed up and mandated by state law. Let me explain. It says in all 50 states, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, once a property owner becomes 1 year delinquent on property taxes, they have two choices. Either offer it up for sale and offer a substantial interest rate to the public, or hang on to it and offer it later for a full foreclosure. Those are the two options there. Now make no mistake about it. When you buy a tax lien certificate, you are in the first position lien on the property, irregardless of whether there is a lien or encumbrance prior to that. It's very clear. When there is delinquent property taxes, all other liens and encumbrances, doesn't say all but the bank, all but the, all other liens and encumbrances are junior. In other words, if somebody fails to pay the property taxes within the prescribed amount of time, you'll end up with the property free and clear of all liens and encumbrances, including the mortgage. Now, I just said in the prescribed amount of time. Every county is obligated to put a redemption period in. The state is going to mandate that to be anywhere from 1 year on the low side to about 3 years on the high side. So what that means is, after that 3 years, if that property owner hasn't paid those property taxes to the county, remember, you're not owed the money. The county is going to be your workhorse. So they don't even know this is happening. The property owner doesn't even know this is happening. So they go down to the county and they say, hey, want to pay my property taxes? The county says, oh, look at Susie Q over here has a lien on it. You get a check in the mail for the full interest rate. Everybody's happy. Property owner doesn't pay within that time period, that redemption period. Make no mistake about it. You can foreclose on the property and you will wipe out any liens and encumbrances that were there before, including a mortgage. Now, obviously that's a great real estate deal, but let's get real. Do you think somebody might not let a property go for a couple of years back? Some way, somehow they're going to figure it out. Boo-hoo. You get your money back plus a high interest rate. But again, there's no gray area. If they don't, you get the property. But let's talk about the bank just for a minute. Do you think a bank that has a $200,000 mortgage on a property is going to let that thing get wiped out because somebody forgot to pay a couple of years back taxes? Probably not. They're probably going to call the property owners, hey, what's going on? You know, mortgage is in jeopardy. I'm on vacation. I don't have the money. Whatever the case might be. What do you think the bank's going to do to protect their mortgage? That's right. They're going to pay the taxes plus the interest rate. Either way, you get your money plus the interest rate. Now, make no mistake about it though. If the bank doesn't protect their position and the property owner doesn't protect the property, you will end up with the property free and clear of all liens and encumbrances and no mortgage, no other thing else. There's no ambiguity. This has been going on forever. This is how long this has been around. Thomas Jefferson had a lien against Monticello. Okay, there's been liens longer than we've been in a country. We took this over from England. See, when we put this whole country together, we need schools, we need education, we need all these things. They're like, well, I don't know where we're going to get this money. I know what we used to do in England is charge property taxes. The United States is a very transient society. So the problem they had that they took from England is the taxes were actually glued to the person, not the property, because no one ever sold properties. Nobody ever moved in England. So you come to the United States, these people are like, well, you know what? This kind of sucks here, and they're giving free land in Oklahoma. I'm going to go to the Oklahoma land grab. And so they leave, and the county's sitting with a property that nobody was paying. They're like, okay, well, oh, you want to buy it? So pay us back the taxes, and we'll give you clear title. So I want you to think about this just for a minute. How is this possible? Well, think about who controls the title on the property. Ultimately, it's the county. So the county's sitting there like this, and transactions going, yep, these people have been paid. Oh, they put a lien, all that good stuff. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, they owe us money now. Oh, we're going to be in first position. This is state statute. Everybody else is second. So the county doesn't really care about the IRS or the Bank of America or anything else like that because they know state statute puts them above. And they're literally holding all the cards in this. And they're saying, y'all can do whatever you want. That's what they say in Texas, y'all. Y'all can do whatever you want. But if we're not paid, we ain't going away. Now, the only lien or encumbers that you will not eliminate in a tax lien certificate is another county lien, right? That makes sense. So if the county's owed money for, they had to chop the weeds down or whatever the case is, they're going to want their money. So all of that being said, fantastic, I'm getting 18%. Fantastic, I'm getting 25%. You better do your due diligence. Okay, every sale, before it happens, you get a list 30 days prior. And I've got other videos on this, but I'm going to give you above the trees. Once you get that list, you want to make sure the underlying value is there on the property. The property is actually there. It's not some, strip of land somewhere or some burnt out haunted mansion. I don't know. Whatever. You want to make sure that value of that property is there. Because when you're buying that tax lien certificate, yeah, you're getting 18% or whatever that is in that particular area. But if they don't pay, it's the underlying property that gives you the ultimate security. Now you know why I say this is one of the best kept secrets on investing in the United States today. And there's a lot of things that are going on here that you need to be aware of all of them. How does the county want you to register for the sale? How do they want you to take title? When you foreclose, what is necessary to foreclose? In other words, you just don't sit there and wait to the end of the redemption period and go, oh, it's my property now. There's a process to this. Thomas Jefferson said, if we can keep home ownership solid in this country, we'll become the wealthiest nation in the world. So they don't want people getting their properties taken away. So there's so many opportunities that they're giving to people to make sure this doesn't happen. So I want you to think about the ethical and moral value. Are you taking somebody's property? No, they've got years. You're buying the property owner actually time. Because if you and I didn't step in and do this, what would the county have to do? Yeah, they'd have to foreclose and kick people out. Matter of fact, if I foreclose, do I have to kick the people out? No, I could rent them back the property or sell it back to them for more money or less money than they owed on it in the first place. So in all reality, the county wins because they get their much needed property taxes for schools, roads, bridges, fire department. Okay, the property owner wins because you buy them time. Okay, and you win because you get a substantial interest rate and you're providing some needed revenue for the county to function at the level that they're doing. So really, there's not a better ethical investment that you have out there. You don't need to worry about the stock market. You don't need to worry about the bond market. I don't care who gets elected president. I don't care what happens in foreign excursions of the war of the month or whatever the case is. I know that if I do my research and I make sure my due diligence is done right, I'm getting 18% mandated by state, and it's backed up by the full value of that piece of property underneath that. If you want to know more about this, I got a brand new training video on this right now. It's probably the best I've ever done. So this is my gift to you. Just click the link down below. It's higginsmethod.com and sign up for my free training right now. We'll see you on the other side. God bless and good luck.